So I lost the die roll, further proving just how unlucky I am. This hand is interactive. Opponent mulliganed. I think I can keep this. I need to draw gas. However, the archive can help me with that. Opponent is on the play. Opponent kept their 6. Play to plains. Alright, let's see what we get here. Alright, so we go with island, pass. Green, white. Hadron crawling. Rather innocuous. Alright, I'm going to pass with my Seer's Lantern up. Or not my Seer's Lantern, my negate. Opponent may cast a 4-mana non-creature spell. Chances are they won't, but see what they do. Makindi or not. Bane of my last round. Might not be so good this time. So I think I get this Seer's Lantern online just for the additional mana acceleration. I'm okay with taking 1. Now what I need to hope for is that my opponent does not have support cards, which they just played. Alright, so Havoc Sower is going to be a big game as it stands. If I can cast it, survive till the following turn, and then attack in... Oh, never mind. Reality Smasher it is. Opponent may be able to clock us for 3, but good luck fighting this thing. Card's really strong. They have 3 cards in hand, not to discard their, pretty much play their entire hand out to get rid of it. And next turn I'm going to have Negate and Tar Snare protect it. Linvala. Oof. Alright, they only get 1 half of Linvala, fortunately. But that's the important half right now, so you know, that's kind of rough. Alright, so I'm going to start my turn by attacking with my 5/5 Trample Haster. See if opponent's willing to block. They are not willing to block. Of course not. Alright. So what I'm going to do instead is play my Havoc Sower, hold up Negate. Hopefully opponent tries to get something out. That's not a creature. That's a creature. Opponent does not seem to have very many good negate targets. Made a 6/6. Alright, so I'm gonna get 7 in the air. That's a little rough. 5. Looks like they want to block. Opponent has no idea what they're in for next turn in terms of large amounts of colorless mana. Alright, so let's think this through. So I can play for 4 mana. I can cast the Hedron Archive, and that leaves 2 activations up. Makes a 7/5. Sorry, it makes a 5/4. Yeah, 7/5. Which does just trade with the Ordinary Hydra. I think what I'm going to do is play this Wastes, and I'm going to just go to attacks. And I'm going to attack in with the Reality Smasher. I'm going to leave this Havoc Sower back on defense. Opponent's decided to take 5. They would be at 5 as it stands without that Linvala, by the way. I'm going to hold up my effects, and I try to draw a answer to Linvala. Block. Let's see. Looks like they're contemplating something. Alright, this leaves up both Tar Snare and Void Shatter. think I'm fine with taking... I think I'm going to pass. I think the opponent has an effect, and I want to Void Shatter and negate it. They do not. Alright, in that case, I'm going to Tar Snare. Lowering this thing's power is more important to me. Hopefully I haven't been baited into wasting my spell. I don't know. Alright, I take 5. I survive the encounter with the creature. Hopefully they don't have something huge to follow up. Seed Guardian, that's not great for me, but that's still fine. Translator, alright. Alright, as it stands, opponents required to block both creatures. Killing block one ground creature as it stands. So I'm going to move to attack, see what the opponent does. I assume they're gonna block. If they don't, they die. That's fine.
Almost out of time. I'm just gonna...
5 the opponents. I would play the translator, but opponent's got me. I'm gonna concede here, save myself some information. So I'm playing green-white support. I saw no real non-creature spells worth countering, so I think negate is bad in this deck. Sweep away is much better. It's kind of a non-bow with Lavala, but it's much stronger. I think against that kind of deck, I want something else too. I think Transgress is perfectly fine here. It's a discard spell. And I think I don't like Void Shatter. And I think I'm going to play it like that. Alright, so I want to win this to continue my infinite streak. Just stated in the previous video, I spent $1 so far on this entire thing, beyond my account creation fee. If I can continuously at least get 2 1s on these, I'll go infinite, in the sense that I'll play forever. I have already 1 spare set of play points because of my 2 3-0s. So this hand is banking entirely on the power of Kalitas. I saw no removal from the opponent, but they are pretty fast. Grasp of Darkness slows them down. I don't need to draw a blue card to really capitalize, or lands. I do think, however, against this opponent in particular, Kalitas is probably good enough, so I'm going to keep it. Opponent's keeping. So I'm going to lead with Swamp Pass. And unless I draw a opponent is going right to discard. That had to be a mistake. They would not have kept 7 with no lands, would they? That's incredibly greedy. Discarded a Hadron Blade. It's like they mulliganed already. I'll play a Swamp and I'll pass. Leave a Grasp of Darkness. Opponent's explaining that's a bug. Okay, that makes more sense. Just wondering, they seemed perfectly competent the last game, so give them the benefit of the doubt there. Play my Cultivator Drone and I'll pass. Alright, so the nice thing about this particular set of plays is that if I can survive with my Kalitas, I get a freebie off the Grasp of Darkness. So I'm actually going to go for attacks first, because even though my opponent's riddled with support cards, I think it's better to just see if they're willing to block. They are willing to block, that's fine. I'll cast my Kalitas, and I'll try to take over the game by killing their Sylvan Advocate. If I can do so, opponent's probably screwed. See what they play.
very much for joining me on the stream. And as always, the stream is sponsored by you awesome people at home, both through
3 mana.
subscriptions to the Twitch.
2 mana it
Just
stands.
even, you know, if you don't have the extra cash lying around,
Opponent's really tanking on this.
even just following our
They think they might be playing a shoulder to shoulder here. No, Affect Protector. Okay. So they're not going to attack. I'm going to draw a card. And I'm going to get very aggressive in a hurry.
So even if you don't subscribe, please follow us. And of course, our Patreon. Patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. We are coming down to the last last week or two. I guess the last
That's a fine blocking order. It's not like it matters. I'm going to Grasp of Darkness.
We wanna do one final push on it. Get mad at us if they're
I'm gonna
not able to get in on it.
Hold up these 2 blue. I might fan a gate.
You know, we're moving to this new office, and
Opponent's probably in severe trouble now that I'm turning Kalidas on. I gotta hope he doesn't have a sheer drop.
It was just, Patreon's just been more successful than we ever could have hoped. And so we wanted to do something to honor that. And so we had the idea that we're taking one of the walls.
Hedron Crawler. Not where you want to be. Opponent must be feeling this lack of land.
Final name, but what tentatively been called the load-bearing strategy.
Alright, if I draw on a land there. Alright, so what I'm going to try to do.
At least, if this right.
So let's see what opponent does.
At least, I should double check this to make sure. Load-bearing, loading ready, run.
Alright, so I'm going to take with Kalidas. To kill the Affect Protector and make a 5/6 lifelink and get a zombie back, I am willing to basically take the turn off.
So, and you have to do that.
If they don't block, I'm going to just eat the 3 damage though, and I'm going to turn on the Kozilek's Translator. That seems correct.
The entire time we had our Patreon, which is now at the end of February, we'll have.
Now I'm going to pass.
So if you
So now I can get Deathless Behemoth on next turn if the Kalidas dies,
$10 a month.
or if opponent plays something the Kalidas can attack into as it stands. Though there's likely not much. Super Wave would probably take care of most of that problem. Opponent's now at 5 mana, concerned about a Linvala coming soon. I may actually hinder
The important thing is that
their mana development.
people who are supporting us, the last month for supporting us is February.
Alright, so first things first. I'm going to start with the Kalidas attack.
But if you support us,
There's
change your
no need not to attack with Kalidas.
July to
Opponent probably is not going to block.
February. We had to make a cutoff at some point, otherwise we wouldn't actually. So February
Alright,
is our cutoff.
so 1, 2,
So make
3,
sure
1,
you
2,
want
3.
to
So I can play the Essence Depleter this way,
throw, increase your pledge
and it increases my clock. Though I probably just gonna play Deathless Behemoth. So in that case, I'm just gonna let the opponent take 3, and I'm going to just make their life as uncomfortable as possible. Ah, right. Magic Online, you have to pay the life first, and just select it down there. There we go. 6/6. Alright, so I'm putting my pedal to the gas.
put forward towards that.
This should make opponent's life very uncomfortable. Next turn, if I draw a land, I can play Essence Depleter and burn them for 2. So, concerned about Linvala here, putting them back up to 16. Unfortunately for them, with the zombie plus the Super Wave backup, I can beat in for 11 damage and gain 5 life.
Calculates
Chances are whatever they play isn't big enough. 7 mana though. I don't know what they're casting for 7 mana. Maybe a Ruin Processor. That's a Loam Larva. It's a 1/3. I assume they're not getting a land.
Floor to ceiling and the entire office being covered in names, and all the names being so microscopically tiny you can't read them. But I believe there's some sort of balance here somewhere. Thank you all so much.
They are putting a forest on top of their deck, and they're playing a 5/4. Okay. So, yes. So we're gonna get really aggressive here. Oof, Oblivion Sower. Alright, so we're gonna start by getting in with Kalidas. So I actually get to really hinder my opponent's whatever their plan is with that forest that they intentionally acquired. If they don't block the Kalidas. Even if they do block the Kalidas, I can sweep away. An Essence Depleter. So opponent's not in a great position here. So we're gonna attack with these. See what the opponent does.
That you deserve to see and that you can provide. So that's something that we start spending a lot of work.
So opponent.
Anyway,
So I put 2/1 counters on this, make it a 5/6. I think that's probably correct.
do involve AFK stuff, which is
They have no mana.
the area that has the most sort of dynamic.
Get my zombie back.
different
This is their Path Warden. I
types
suppose I could have searched Jawar Isle Avenger instead. I think the Depleter is probably stronger though. This low of a life total, opponents dangerously close to the void.
very much
Um,
watching
and I can start hammering them for 2 a turn. On my turn, I can do 3 a turn actually. So I can untap, pass, and burn them out. Yep. Opponent sees the writing on the wall, and they have conceded. They're drawing their next couple cards, and yes, game 2 goes to me. Alright, game 3. I think I liked my sideboard strategy. I don't really have anything to change it. Based on what I've seen, opponents still remove a light, so natural endurance isn't very good. I'm not an aggro deck. Plus, it's just about counterspell at that point. I'd rather negate. They do have a lot of expensive stuff. Transgressive Mind seems good. Rank comes 3 or greater, yes. Yes, and Kalidas was very good. It was certainly worth keeping the hand on the strength of Kalidas. See how opponent sideboards. Alright, this hand looks eminently keepable. Essence Depleter into Cultivator Drone. I will keep my 7. Opponent is on the play. I will pass the turn to them. Plains. I lead with a Submerged Boneyard, and I'll pass. Alright, so without a colorless source, I'm actually probably better off just playing the Cultivator Drone first. That lets me activate the turn I play the Essence Depleter. With the colorless source, however, Cultivator Drone turn 3 lets me turn 4 Kozilek's Translator. That's better, so I'm going to play Cultivator Drone. It's your Stalwart for 2 colors, a 2/3. Good thing the opponent did not have a 4-drop. Transgress the Mind. They could have a 5-drop. I think slowing my mana development a little bit in the name of taking a look at what they've got. So they've got a Alpha Protector. Alpha Protector. Expedition Raptor. sheer drop and forest. The Expedition Raptor is going to be the most dangerous part of this plan so far, so we're going to exile that, and we're going to pass the turn. Alright, so instead of... So they have those 4 cards and an unknown. They have not played a land yet. So, casting the Afro Protector. Playing the forest. Alright, so... Let's just remove those from the chat logs. They have a sheer drop in hand. And an unknown. Your opponent's going to hit me for 2. Not surprising. I'm going to go to 18. Alright, so I'm going to draw a card. I'm going to play a island. I'm going to cast the Cultivator Drone. This lets me play Oblivion Sower next turn, which is quite strong. 5/8 really comes with the board, lets me block profitably while I play around with my Essence Depleter. It's important to note that my opponent may be holding... Alright, so I'm going to block the Afro Protector. Opponent may have a Lead by Example, which would blow me out pretty badly, so I'm fine with taking 2. Opponent does have a sheer drop in hand, which means they could easily kill my Cultivator Drone after I cast the Oblivion Sower. However, black looks like they just wanted to play the land. So I'm still going to tap. The Mana Acceleration's worthwhile. And I think if they want to sheer drop that instead of something much stronger, that's their prerogative. Mana Development, they haven't really seen anything worthwhile. I exile another sheer drop. Opponent has 2 of those. That's what their removal is. Harvester Troll and a Grove Tender Druids. I'll take their planes. And my 5/8 will hit the battlefield. This ought to make combat difficult for my opponent. The only unfortunate thing is, once the opponent realizes that I'm on the Essence Depleter plan, that they're likely going to sheer drop the Cultivator Drone. Nothing I can do about that. So they got sheer drop and 2 unknowns in hand. They may be casting the sheer drop anyway. 3 mana. Nope. Netcaster Spider. Looks like the opponent's trying to go wide. It's understandable. Alright, so I'm going to, so let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Alright, in that case, I am going to play this waste. I'm going to cast the Essence Depleter. And I'm going to cast the Kozilek's Translator on the grounds that I don't really think I'm attacking into this board with the opponent having the sheer drop. I can activate the Essence Depleter instant speed. So if they don't kill it this turn, the Cultivator Drone will allow me to ping the opponent for 4 damage every turn cycle while I gain 4 life. It's not Kalidas, but it does a reasonable impression. Opponent's got a sheer drop and 1 unknown. See if they cast it. They do not. Alright, opponent's going to start eating some damage. So let's start with this. Activate, do 1 damage. And then I will pass. This is my game plan. Sheer drop is useless against me. I am concerned about a Linvala happening. Sylvan Advocate's strong too, but it's not stronger than Oblivion Sower. Do 1. Do 2. Do 3. play, so I want to keep activating. I will continue to do damage to my opponent. This is fine for me. Looks like they're casting something. Sheer drop into unknowns. One of those looks like it's rapidly about to become known. One on a white angelic gift. Wants to give the creature flying. That's fine. May draw a card. I am going to land sheer drop in hand. Okay. Or sheer drop in hand. Alright, so they're going to attack. I'm going to sweep it away. Basically counters the angelic gift. Opponent likely doesn't have anything respond to this. I will put it on top of their library. Yes, that should hinder that line of attack. End step. Activate. 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 When it goes to 12, I draw the Kalitas. I'll play my land. I will play my Kalitas as a blocker. But I'm still on the Kozilek's Translator plan as it stands. Or the Essence Slipping plan as it stands, so I will just pass. No desire to give my opponent a land creature and kill my Kalitas. So I'm just going to keep pecking away at them. Sylvan Advocate, that was their draw. They have sheer drop unknown. Opponent's likely getting desperate. Activate. Opponent's at 8. I will play the Prophet of Distortion. I may use it to draw cards, but right now I'm still on the Burn Them Out plan. However, it's good to have a backup plan. I can use that to draw 2 cards a turn, in addition to my draw step, which will let me take care of a problem like Linvala, which is something I am concerned about. It looks like it's a Seed Guardian, that's okay. Looks like I did forget to Kozilek's Translator burn my opponent. That's a shame. That does significantly affect my clock. Benthic Infiltrator, which I will play. Remember to Kozilek's Translator and later this turn. Alright, opponent's dead on my untap if they don't have an answer. It looks like Essence Depleter is going to get there. Hope they don't have a Planar Outburst or a Linvala on this particular turn. A little Larva. Let's see. I hope they don't put a land on top. They're choosing a card. They put a plains on top of their library. There's a sheer drop, unknown, and they're going to draw plains. I will not be adjusting that plains. Opponent attacks with everything and what would appear to be desperation. I will block. Yes. I'll block this. I'll block this. And I'll take the rest. Get a pair of zombies. Lose 3 life. End step. Burn opponent. Burn opponent. Distortion. Not going to rub it in the opponent's face, just going to tap, kill him. And that is the match. There's one more going on, but I did 2-1. This lets me keep my entry fee at least, leaving me at 120 play points for my $1 investment. Going to keep playing these every day until I run out.